Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday night murder. Whoa, hold on a minute. Yeah, I had a feedback coming from a different source. Had to get rid of that. Okay, we got ourselves an early start. Now, just to reiterate last night, in case anybody couldn't read it, um, Alex Goddard has turned in a complaint to the state of Florida regarding Randy Lynn Erickson. And as you can see, they have investigated and found that they have probable cause to continue the investigation further. And Alex Goddard may wind up being a witness in the complaint. Anyway, let me get into what I'm supposed to be doing here. There has been some strange talk about the Stockholm syndrome and how this uh, might be affecting people, and in this case, might be affecting. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't hit the mute fast enough. But anyway, there has been talk about the Stockholm syndrome, and they try to say this is what's going on with Phil McConnell. But it's my opinion, based on the way things are going or have been going, that in actuality it is Tim Holmseth that is being directed. Now, last night I had mentioned that people were called by a law enforcement officer and thank Mark, um, and told to bring a female employee into the McDonald's, into the office, and proceed to progressively create a living hell for the girl. And she wound up being strip searched and all this other stuff. And people probably could not understand how something like this could happen. Well, I think the same thing is being done to Timothy Holmseth. It's my opinion, of course, can't prove it, but I think this PWS builder person is someone who knows how to direct people to do things they might otherwise not do. Now, in this case, Holmseth is more than willing. He's been given a certain set of beliefs, and so it was a little easier. But this same scenario could be directed towards other people within the group. And what I'm going to do right now is I am going to play a video that was conducted, of an experiment that was conducted, that explains why the hoax caller in the McDonald's case was able to do what he did. And also, this might explain what is going on with Holmseth and why we are not hearing from him at all. He is cut off from everyone. He's being controlled, held. They give the excuse that he is in witness protection. But this video is going to offer a different possibility. And let me cue up the video. And wrong thing. Okay, where'd it go? Well, I had it, and now all of a sudden, oh boy. Here we go. Sorry about that, folks.
It is May 1962. An experiment is being conducted in the Elegant Interaction Laboratory at Yale University. The subjects are 40 males between the ages of 20 and 50 residing in the greater New Haven area. They were obtained by a newspaper advertisement and direct mail solicitation. The subjects range in occupation from corporation presidents to good humormen and plumbers, and in educational level from one who had not finished elementary school to subjects who have doctorate and other professional degrees.
One, the other. Would you open those and tell me which of you is which, please? Teacher. Learner. All right, now the next thing we'll have to do is set the learner up so that he can get some sort of punishment. So, learner, would you step out here with me, please? Do you have any questions now before we go into the next room?
No, but I think I should say this. About 2 years ago, I was in the Veterans Hospital in West Haven.
Mm-hmm.
And while there, they detected a heart condition. There's nothing serious. But as long as I'm having these shocks, how strong are they? How dangerous are they?
Well, no, although they may be painful, they're not dangerous. Anything else?
No, that's all.
Incorrect. You'll now get a shock of 75 volts. Soft hair. He kind of did some yelling in there.
Continue, please.
Incorrect. You'll now get a shock of 105 volts. Hard head. Just how far can you go on this thing?
As far as is necessary.
What do you mean as far as is necessary?
To complete the test. Please continue.
I sure don't know the effect of this thing, and I'm a little skeptical about electricity.
The experiment requires that you go on, teacher. Please continue.
Incorrect. 150 volts. Sad face.
Experimenter, that's all. Get me out of here. I told you I had heart trouble. My heart's starting to bother me now. Get me out of here, please.
Continue.
My heart's starting to bother me. I refuse to go on. Let me out.
Look, I don't know anything about electricity. I don't profess any knowledge, nor will I go any further until I find out if the guy's okay.
It's absolutely essential that you continue.
Well, essential or not, this program isn't quite that important to me that I should go along doing something that I know nothing about, particularly if it's going to injure someone.
Wrong. It's hair. 75 volts, Jim. You don't know.
Yeah. Please continue.
Cool. Wrong. It's head. 105 volts. I don't know. Wet. Wrong. It's horse. 150 volts.
Experimenter, that's all. Get me out of here. I told you I had heart trouble. My heart's starting to bother me now. Get me out of here, please. My heart's starting to bother me. I refuse to go on. Let me out.
Continue, teacher, please. Go on. The next word is sad.
Well, I'm not going on if he refuses to do it.
The experiment requires that you go on, teacher.
If he refuses, I won't.
Whether the learner likes it or not, we must go on until he's learned all the word.
Take the check back. I'm not going to hurt the guy.
No, the check's not the issue. It's absolutely essential that you continue.
Well, he don't want to. I refuse to.
Wrong.
volts, 135, and it's a woman.
I mean, who's going to take the responsibility if anything happens to that gentleman?
I'm responsible for anything that happens here. Continue, please.
All right, next one, slow. Walk, dance, truck, music. Answer, please. Wrong. 195 volts. Dance.
The experiment requires that you
I know
continue.
it does, but that man is hollering in there, sir.
As I said before, although the shocks may be painful,
Yeah,
they're not
but I mean,
dangerous.
he's yelling in there.
Start with blue, please, at the top of the page. Continue, please, teacher.
What do I tell him? We're going over it again?
No, just go ahead.
Blue, boy, girl, grass, hat. Correct. Nice. Day, sky, job, chair.
If in this study, an anonymous experimenter could successfully command adults to subdue a 50-year-old man and force on him painful electric shocks against his protests, one can only wonder what
Now, the point of me playing this video is this is quite similar to what is being done by, say, QAnon and these other various groups. And this experiment or something similar to it is what is possibly being done, excuse me, with Holmseth, that he is in a confined situation. He's being directed to do these things. He's been convinced that it's because of missing children, trafficked children, people drinking this androchrome and making diamonds out of babies and stuff. He's been convinced that what he is doing or what he is allowing others to do in his name is justified. And this also shows how people around him, who are his supporters, are being told the same thing, that don't worry about people's feelings getting hurt or people not able to get their job or lying to people because they deserve it, because they're A, B, C, and D. And these people, because they already believe this stuff, are convinced of it and do these things, even though if they thought long and hard enough, they would realize that they are wrong. And so this is, you know, what is going on. And the problem with this situation is that at some point, the illegality of what they're doing is going to reach such an extreme that um, they're going to come into the attention of law enforcement, and this person is going to walk, and everybody, including Holmseth, is going to have to pay the piper, so to speak. They're going to go to jail. So, but these people just, they are posting things that are simply not true, not logical, and there's other people that realize that this stuff is nonsense, but these people aren't able to comprehend that. They go along with this nonsense, and thus, um, oh, good evening, Levi. Nice to see you here. I just am on briefly to explain what I feel is happening with Mr. Holmeseth and why he's able to be controlled, and had to do with a study I came across. You'll have to watch the replay to see what's going on. So far, we don't have any trolls in here, um, which is okay because I intended on this being a short stream tonight anyway. It's only going to be a half hour long because I've got other things to do, and I really hadn't planned on being on tonight. I almost made this a recorded video, but I figured I'd go on live anyway because I want to introduce a new friend. And that new friend, let me, is a dead guy. And so we're getting a little bit of a. There he is. Hello, dead guy. Welcome to the show. But Mr. Dead Guy has his own YouTube channel now, and he also has a Twitter channel. And over fairly soon, Mr. Dead Guy is going to be posting videos, and we're going to learn a lot from Mr. Dead Guy because he's over on the other side of existence, and he's going to have a lot to offer. So stay tuned for messages from a dead guy, and I will be uh, telling more about this guy and so forth. And just so you guys can go and um, subscribe to him, I am going to send over his YouTube channel. And yeah, he gets around. You see, dead guys, the way it's explained to me is since he's dead, time doesn't matter to him. He can wander around to different times, and he's already seen the future and stuff like this, which will be explained as we go on. But there's been people that have talked about him all the time, and he kind of decided to come over to this side of the existence and go that route. Uh, Not really. The trial is going to be near the end of May. Um, we, the lawyer in the defense, filed a notice with the court that he is going to be doing cases between now and just before trial starts, so he would not be able to come into court for any hearings or anything like that. So, and there is a motion by the state uh, to quash the defense's um, insanity defense. So, going to see what happens with that. Um, and I'm waiting on more discovery to come from the court. Hopefully, it'll be sometime this week, and I can start putting uh, my next part out there having to do with things that happened after the murder. And I am also at some point down the road get into background information on Neely Blanchard and how she got involved in this mess in the first place. And so that's basically what's coming. Now, Levi, you probably already know, but Alex did file a complaint against Randy Erickson with the state of Florida, and she got an answer from the state, and I went and redid it. And so this is what came back to Alex in regards to that complaint. So that is what seems to be next on the agenda. Yeah, Levi, just so you know, they are stalking your friend's social media pages, and they found another underwear picture. I guess they have a thing for underwear, and so the friends of the fool are putting up pictures of people's underwear. Strange bunch, but that's all these people are capable of. They're not saving any children or doing anything of any consequence. They're just running around eye fucking people's social media. So anyway, but Alex did give Home Seth a ultimatum, and chances are 99 out of 100 that he's not going to comply. And if that happens to be the case, then he will probably be slapped with a felony. And that's not gonna, so there's, they're getting their panties in a wad over men's underwear and people walking around in men's underwear. And that's the weirdness of the day. And that is really about that. There's not much else to report. Yeah, we're in a waiting game now to see what happens on Monday with this ultimatum that Alex put up, and also seeing one, um, when I'm going to get my discovery and if there's any other case information that pops up on Monday. Well, I think it's weird that people care about this sort of thing. But again, this is harassment. It's menacing by stalking and so on. It doesn't matter if the images are on public websites or not. It's how you use the material. And if you're using it in the manner that they're using it, that's considered menacing by stalking, and um, you're justified in pressing charges. And rather strange night last night, we got into talking about pine trees, and I never thought in my life I would be defending pine trees. But I guess one of the socks doesn't like pine trees. Now, this is something that apparently these people don't understand, and that is an administrator or owner of a channel on YouTube. We have rather specific information that we have access to. And this includes people that are either in the chat, people watching the chat, and so forth, or watching the main channel and not participating in the chat. But when they're online, there is information that comes into um, the channel. And through my administrator panel, I can extract this information. And the one curious thing that came through is all the trolls were coming in on one login. It wasn't they came in on different pages or anything like that. They were coming in all on one login. And, it's just that the information is there, and anybody that's ever run a um, channel and knows how to use the panel knows the kind of information that you can get. Plus, YouTube has additional information that with a subpoena, it's easily found out. And so these people are just getting themselves deeper into the morass here, and the evidence is continuously building up. And there's also something else that's a little concerning. Now, last night they came in on the calling and they played an audio clip of someone screaming. Well, I went back and extracted the clip and listened carefully, and somebody's being tortured, and it's either a child or Tim Holmseth because his pitch is rather high. He's almost like a man child. But there is the possibility that whoever called in didn't realize that someone was being tortured in the background and it got recorded. And so I have turned that over to someone who might be able to do something about it. And I've also notified YouTube that someone came into my channel and put up a audio clip that sounds like someone was being tortured and that they best track down that call and see who it is, because even though it comes through my provider, the link comes into YouTube, and YouTube is able to backtrace the call. And so someone may get a knock on their door wanting to know if they're torturing somebody. So this is a developing story, and I will keep people posted on the net results. And so, with that, uh, I am going to call it a night. I wish people a good weekend, what's left of it. And if something comes up, I'll be back. I expect to have somewhat of a busy week this week. It's already started out that way. I almost didn't go on the air tonight, but I found time to do it. And we'll see what happens as the days go on. But yeah, the SWAT team should check it out. The FBI should check it out. But I've informed YouTube about it, and they're going to look into it. They've got the technology to be able to backtrace these links, because even when you use my link to get on the air, you still have to come through YouTube because that's where the destination is. And so they will be able to find out who these people are. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and share. And until the next time, have a good one. Good night, everybody.